Have you ever felt like life was happening in front of you, but you weren't really part of it? Ever sat in the dark, unsure who you were or why you were even here? And have you ever whispered to yourself, either I break this illusion or it breaks me? Here's how my story began. A few years ago, I was stuck in a soul-draining job, washing cars alone for 8 hours a day. Same songs playing, same fake smiles, same aching knees. But the real pain wasn't in my body, it was in my mind. I'd look at the world and feel like I was watching a game I wasn't allowed to play. Everyone else was posting their highlights, pretending to be happy. Meanwhile, I was chained in silence, drowning in invisible weights. Then one night, after another numb shift, I sat in my dark room and whispered something that changed everything. Either I break this illusion or it breaks me. That night, I started reading the cold, piercing truths of men like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Nietzsche, men who never sugarcoated reality. They didn't offer comfort. They offered truth like a sword, daring you to wield it. This video is that sword, but here's the catch. It will hurt, because everything you're about to read cuts deep. These aren't soft affirmations, they're brutal, freeing facts you've avoided for too long. Accept them and you become dangerous. Reject them and you stay in the cage. 1. Nobody is coming to save you, not your parents, not your friends, not even God. If your life is a sinking ship, you'd better start swimming or drown while blaming the waves. Most people live as spectators, waiting for something to save them, a job, a lover, a stroke of luck. But life doesn't reward the passive. It rewards those who act, even while bleeding. Stoic truth: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Understand this, and you will find strength. Stop looking up, start stepping up. 2. You are not special. You've been lied to. Just be yourself, you're perfect. No, you're not. You're average until proven otherwise. Billions have lived and died with your same fears, hopes, and dreams. You're not chosen. But that's not depressing, it's liberating. Because it means you can build yourself into something great, not by privilege but by war. The war against your weakness. If you're not winning, you're losing. 3. The world doesn't care about your feelings. It sounds harsh, because it is. But this is how power is built. Feel sad, bills still come. Feel anxious, deadlines remain. Feel overwhelmed, your competition doesn't wait. The more you expect life to pause for your emotions, the more life punishes you. Emotion is real, but not a command. You feel it, then act anyway. As Musashi said, do nothing which is of no use. Crying about unfairness is useless. Acting, now that's dangerous. 4. If you want respect, earn it in silence. Most people today scream for validation. They post progress, whine for attention, brag about doing the bare minimum. But here's the truth. Lions don't roar to prove they're lions. They move. They kill. They dominate silently. You want respect? Stop talking. Start showing. And remember, men who talk the most about the grind usually don't have one. Remember how we said love isn't enough without self-respect, direction, and discipline? Love can destroy more than it heals. -5. Love without discipline will break you. Our culture romanticizes love like it's the ultimate solution. But here's the truth. Love without discipline is chaos. Love without direction is addiction. And love without self-respect is slavery. I've been there. In a toxic relationship where emotions ran high, but standards stayed painfully low. We loved each other, sure, but we also drained each other. We didn't grow. We bled. The Stoics knew better. Marcus Aurelius said, don't be overheard complaining, not even to yourself. If someone disrespects your boundaries, don't explain, don't beg, walk away. Because love that costs your dignity isn't love, it's self-inflicted pain. 6. Most people want you weak not because they're evil, but because your weakness makes them feel better about themselves. Your friends don't want you ripped. It reminds them they're lazy. Your ex doesn't want you rich. It proves she bet wrong. Your co-workers don't want you rising. It threatens their comfort. So they mock you subtly. Why are you so serious, man? Just relax. Sounds like advice, but it's sabotage. Your growth forces them to face the parts of themselves they've buried. That's why true transformation is often a lonely road. 7. You either suffer the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. There is no life without pain. You only get to choose which kind. The pain of doing hard things, or the pain of waking up one day and realizing you wasted your shot. I've felt both. I've dragged myself to the gym at 6 a.m. with no sleep. I've also laid in bed for weeks, depressed, scrolling, wasting time. Guess which pain was worse? Regret, every single time. It eats away at you, quietly, daily. But discipline, that pain builds you. It forges steel inside your soul. 8. Most people are addicted to their weakness. They say they want to change, but they don't. They like being victims. They like complaining. They crave the attention pain brings. Because changing means giving up their excuses. It means holding themselves accountable. And that's terrifying. So instead, they drown in distractions, TikTok, porn, junk food. Drama, none of it is entertainment. It's anesthesia. Stoic reminder from Epictetus: first tell yourself what kind of person you want to be. Then do what you have to do. Until you face your addiction to comfort, you'll never escape it. 9. If you're not improving, you're decaying. There's no such thing as maintaining. You're either building or you're rotting. Skip one workout, it gets easier to skip the next. Lie once, easier to lie again. Numb yourself with noise and soon silence becomes terrifying. Life is momentum. If you're not accelerating, you're sliding back, slowly, silently. Improvement isn't a goal, it's your duty. Wake up with fire or die with rust. 10. You must be willing to outgrow your old self. Perhaps the hardest truth of all is that growth demands a part of you to die. The passive you, the people pleaser you, the weak version of yourself you've clung to for too long. That insecure version of you, the one who craved approval, won't disappear without a fight. He'll whisper doubts. He'll remind you how comfortable things used to be. He'll scream for attention, but you have to let him scream and bury him anyway. Every level of your life demands a new version of you, and you can't bring dead weight to war. 11. Most people are cowards pretending to be kind. Let's get this straight. Don't confuse kindness with cowardice. There's a difference. Most people who seem nice aren't virtuous. They're afraid. Afraid to be disliked. Afraid to say no. Afraid to draw boundaries. So they shrink. They smile. They nod. They submit. They call it being polite, but deep down they hate themselves for it. I used to be that guy, saying yes to everyone, avoiding confrontation like it was death, until I realized if everyone likes you, you stand for nothing. Stoic lesson: if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Epictetus: speak your truth, set the line, let them hate you. It's better to be feared for your backbone than loved for your silence. 12. Freedom requires sacrifice. Everyone wants freedom. No boss, no debt, no rules. But no one wants to pay the price. Want time freedom? Sacrifice your weekends. Want body freedom? Sacrifice comfort. Want mental freedom? Sacrifice distraction. There is no liberation without discipline. You must kill short-term pleasure for long-term power. Ask any samurai, any warrior, any man who built his own empire. They all bled for it. The world won't hand you freedom. You earn it by sacrificing what enslaves you. 13. Your mind is either your weapon or your prison. You live inside your mind 24/7. If it's chaotic, negative and destructive, it becomes a prison you carry everywhere. I've lived in that hell. Self-doubt, paranoia, overthinking, and I realized something terrifying. Your thoughts don't just shape your world, they are your world. So train your mind like your life depends on it, because it does. Meditate, journal, read, reflect, guard your inner kingdom. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. 14. No one owes you understanding. You can explain your pain, your story, your struggles, but don't expect anyone to understand. Most people are too wrapped up in their own mess to care about yours. That's not cruelty, that's reality. Stop wasting energy trying to be seen. Let go of the need to be understood. Let go of the fantasy that someone will come validate your journey. Be your own witness, be your own judge, be your own fire. 15. You cannot save people who don't want to be saved. You can inspire, you can guide, but you cannot save. I learned that the hard way. A close friend of mine was spiraling, addicted, depressed, angry at the world. I tried everything, advice, support, even money. Nothing changed, because he didn't want to change. You can throw someone a rope, but if they're determined to drown, you can't save them. You can throw them a rope, but if they're determined to drown, you'll drown with them. So protect your energy. You're not the savior. You are the example. 16. Some people are meant to be outgrown. Not everyone in your life is meant to stay forever. Even the ones you love, you'll grow. You'll think bigger, train harder, make better choices. Meanwhile, they'll stay stagnant, numbing themselves, gossiping, wasting time, and you'll feel guilty for leaving them behind. But outgrowing people isn't betrayal, it's growth. The only betrayal is betraying yourself to make them comfortable. 17. You'll never reach your potential if you avoid discomfort. Growth and pain are married. You can't separate them. Cold showers, lonely nights, brutal workouts, silent, thankless hours of work. That's where your power is born. The average man chases comfort. The dangerous man chases challenge. Here's a harsh truth. Hard choices gives easy life. Easy choices gives hard life. The pain you keep dodging, that's the gate you must walk through again and again. 18. Time is running out. You think you have time? You don't. You think tomorrow is promised? It isn't. You think you'll be ready someday? You won't. One of my deepest regrets is the year I spent waiting for motivation, waiting for a sign, waiting to feel confident. That year didn't teach me anything new. It just stole my fire. Seneca wrote, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire." Start today. Not perfectly, not fully prepared, just start. Because your clock is ticking and you can't hear it. 19. Your identity is a choice, not a sentence. You are not doomed to be the way you are. You are not your trauma, not your past, not your personality. You're not just lazy. You're not broken. You're not fixed. The strongest men I know didn't find themselves. They built themselves. One decision, one day, one change at a time. So burn the old identity. Forge the new one. And remember, the man you admire is just you without the excuses. 20. You will die the ultimate Stoic truth, and the one everyone avoids. But here's the twist, this truth doesn't kill you, it frees you. When you remember you're going to die, not someday, but soon, the noise fades, the fears shrink, the excuses vanish. You stop living for later and start acting now. That's why the samurai meditated on death. Because when death becomes real, life becomes sharp. You walk differently. You speak differently. You live with fire. Memento mori, remember you must die. So live as if you've already died. Burn the illusions. Become the weapon. If you've made it this far, you've felt it. The sting, the rawness, the uncomfortable truths you've always known but never fully faced. This isn't just another motivational list. This is a mirror, a challenge, a call to arms. The man you want to be, he's not waiting at the end of a video. He's not hiding in a course. He's buried beneath every lie you've told yourself. 1. Burn the lies you've told yourself. You've said it before. I'm doing my best. It's just not the right time. People just don't get me. Sounds harmless, right? But these phrases, they are chains. They stop you when you should move forward. They make you wait when you should act. They let you wrap mediocrity in excuses. So burn them all. Torch every single lie. Because after the flames, when the smoke clears, what's left is exactly who you were meant to become. A mind like steel, a soul forged in discomfort, a presence that refuses to be ignored. And here's the final, brutal truth. No one becomes unstoppable by accident. No one stumbles into greatness. No one accidentally becomes disciplined, unshakable, or sharp. You either rise or you rot. You either choose to fight or let life bury you. The choice has always been yours. Thank you for watching and walking this path with me. If you want more videos that cut through the noise and help you build real inner strength, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell. I'll see you in the next one. And remember, the man you want to be is waiting for you to act today.